Hi everyone, welcome to Mom's Cherished Home, and today I am bringing to you showing you how to make chicken tortilla soup. And I've got about 4 cups of rotisserie chicken left over, and I've cut that and shredded that up off the chicken. We have got 4 cups of chicken broth, which is about 2 pounds of chicken broth, a can of black beans, a can of Rotel or diced tomatoes with chili. We have 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, and it calls for 2 teaspoons of salt, but I reduced that and put 1.5. Hopefully that's enough salt, and a teaspoon of pepper. We've got 1 large onion. We've got a 1/4 cup of cilantro, and I also reduced the jalapeno because nobody likes a lot of spice. Actually, I do, but my husband does not. So that's about 1/2 of diced jalapeno, and it actually should be about a whole jalapeno, depending on your preference, on the heat preference that you like. You may want to add more. Now this is 3 cloves of garlic chopped up, and then I've got some frozen corn that's left over that we're going to add to it as well, and that will come later. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to start the cooking process. Hi everyone, I've got 2 tablespoons of canola oil, and I heated that up in my ceramic French pot. And I've got my cup of onion in here sauteing. And this will saute till it's translucent about 3 or 4 minutes. And then we'll add some of the other ingredients. Hi everyone, now we are getting ready to puree the Rotel tomatoes and the 1/4 cup of cilantro in our food processor. And that's going to go directly in the soup. And some people like chunky soup, so they do not do this. We're gonna have more of a soupy soup today. Makes no sense, I know that soupy soup comment, but you know, more of a soup rather than like a chili consistency. So we're gonna puree this for a couple seconds. Okay guys, here we go. We are gonna pulse this just a little bit to get it not so chunky. I've got an old food processor right now. I've got a new one, but I don't have it put together yet. So I've got a new Cuisinart that I'm excited to use. But for now, this one's going to work just fine. So now we've got it to a pretty good consistency that we'll add to the soup in a few minutes. Okay guys, we are getting ready to add the 3 cloves of garlic. Actually, I put 4 cloves of garlic and half a jalapeno. The recipe does call for a whole jalapeno, but we are adding half, so there's not so much heat. Add that in there. Alright, and we're going to stir that up, let that incorporate with the onion. The onion's translucent. It's been cooking for about 3 minutes. And that smells so good. I wish we had smell-o-vision because that smells amazing. Alright everyone, we are going to add the chicken now to the pot. And like I said, this is leftover rotisserie chicken, so this makes a really quick an easy meal. We've cut it all up. There's about 4 cups of chicken, and it calls for 1 pound, but that's depending on how much chicken you want in there. There's my trusty light going off. I love that. And now we're going to add the spices into the pot. We have 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, and then we have recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of salt, but I put 1.5, and 1 teaspoon of pepper. I may add a little bit more later, it just depends. And we're going to incorporate that. And then we're going to add our chicken broth. We're going to let this all simmer for a little while, and then we'll come back and add the rest. Alright everyone, now we are going to add our chicken broth. And then we're going to add our tomato and cilantro mixture that we pureed in the food processor. Chicken broth. Alright, like I said, this is 4 cups. You may want to add a little more later if that's not enough. But right now this is 2 pounds of chicken broth. And I'm using the low sodium. Better for you. We're going to cut back on some of the salt. Most soups have lots of salt in them, but trying to cut back on our salt. So, all right, you stir that together. And then we're going to add our rotel and cilantro mixture. And then we're going to add our black beans. I think we may need a little more broth here, so we'll put some in a little bit here. All right, so we've added that. Go ahead and just shake that out a little bit so you get all that out of there. That looks so good already, guys. Yum. It's kind of a cool day here in Texas, so we're going to enjoy this soup later. All right, we're going to add our black beans, and I've got all the liquid with it, so just go ahead and dump that in, please. We're going to have the black beans. And then we're going to put in some frozen corn, some of our leftover frozen corn. Some people don't like the black beans, but they are healthy. They're full of protein, so we're going to just go ahead and add those to our mix. We're going to have about a cup of corn, but we like a lot of corn, so right now we're just going to add what we have left over in a frozen bag. I think that's enough. All right, and I'm going to come back. I think I'm going to add a little bit more broth to this. So it looks really chunky right now. All right. Be back in a minute. Thanks. All right, everyone, we decided that the soup is super chunky, so we are going to add another container of the low sodium chicken broth. We get ours at H-E-B, and like I said, what's really nice about it, it's a lower sodium broth. Broth and soups tend to have tons of sodium in them, like the canned soups that you buy, and we love those, but they're so high in sodium, and they're not good for you. So we are going to add the low sodium broth, and this is going to simmer for a while. We're going to put the lid on in a minute after I stir everything and incorporate it. And we'll come back a little later, and I'm going to show you how to put the tortillas on. We're going to lightly fry those. I know that's probably not good, but we're going to just put a teeny bit of oil, fry those up for the strips, and come back and you'll add avocado, sour cream, whatever you prefer on top of your chicken tortilla soup. This is going to be yummy. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. We're going to bring you videos every day, or we're going to try to bring you videos every day. And if you haven't done so already, please click like if you enjoyed this video. And as I said and mentioned before, that the recipe will be in the comments. Thanks so much for watching.